Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with ChinStrap Made Me Do It by Calvinball. So this is a reference to another setter in the series named ChinStrap, I suppose. All right, so we've got normal Sudoku rules, between lines, and sandwich sums. Let's go over how those work. So normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, so in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have between lines in the grid. We have these circles, and then there's lines connecting the circles. Now, whatever's in the circles, say this was 1, 2, and 5. The digits on the line that connects them have to be strictly in between that range. So we can't be from 1 to 5 or 6, right? 1 is outside the range completely. 2 is equal to one of the circles, which isn't allowed either. So we'd have to be, say, 3, 4 like this, or 3, 4 like that. That would be the only option in this case, because we can't be 5 because we'd be the same as a circle, and we can't be 6 because it's outside the 2, 5 range. All right, so that is how between lines work. And then we also have these digits outside the grid. These are sandwich sums. So what you do is, say for this row, this 7 is cluing the row, the 9 is cluing the column, etc. So this 7 is cluing the row. If in the row we look for where the 1 and the 6 end up, and in between the 1 and the 6, we need to add the 7. So we could do, for example, 2, 5, or we could do 3, 4. We're ignoring the between line right now. I'm just talking about the sandwich sum. So you find where the 1 and 6 are. In between the 1 and 6, it needs to sum to exactly the clue outside that row or the column. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. How should I get started? There's between lines. One thing about between lines is you can't put 1 or 6 on the line because there's no way that it's going to be. I'm gonna gray those actually. There's no way that those are going to be within the range of the circles, right? Because 1 and 6 are extreme digits. So none of my gray cells are 1, 6. And note that we need to know where the 1 and 6 go to do our sums. So, for example, this 9, we can't do 9. It's going to have to span this gray gap here, is I guess my point. So like we could do like a 1 here and a 6 here, and then this gap would add to 9. It would have to be 4, 5, which is completely viable for that line. If we were to make 9 in, like if we were to do this, 9 and 3, without the 1, since the 1 is part of the sandwich crust, the innards can never use 1. It would have to be exactly 2, 3, 4. That really doesn't help me. It tells me these are from 2, 3, 4, 5, which we already knew. What about here, the 6? So you can't do 6 and 3 without a 1. 1, 2, 3 is the only way to do 6. So we're going to have to do exactly 2. No, we could have 1 in no, sorry, we can't have a 6 in between the 1 and 6. That would repeat the 6. So we have to do it in 2. And so we can't do this because this can't be 1, 6. We can't do that, right? You can see that it ends up being that this is the only way to actually do the sandwich. So this has to be our 1, 6 pair. And then in between that, we add the 6 without the 1. So we're not 1, 5. So we have to be 2, 4. And that leaves behind the 3 and the 5. Okay, and I'm gonna gray any of the cells that aren't 1, 6. I'm gonna green the ones that are 1, 6, which should help with these other clues, I hope. In fact, I might subcolor the 1, 6s, green and purple, so we can maybe distinguish them. All right, so there's a 2, 4 pair on this between line. So I have to put a 1 on the between line. There's no other option that to be below 2. And then I could be with a 5 or a 6. Let's see. So the small one's a 1. The other one's a 5 or a 6 is, I guess, the way to put that. The green 1, 6 needs to go on this column somewhere. It's in one of these two. Same with the purple 1, 6 over here. The purple 1, 6 is one of these two. Certainly not going to be like this, for what it's worth, because we can't do 7 and 4. In fact, 7 has to be in 2, just like the 6, because the only way to do 7 and 3 is 1, 2, 4, and we can't use the 1. So, and we obviously can't place a 7. So this, it feels tempting to do this. This is fine though. Like 1 and 6 on circles is great. These can't be too close to each other, but I don't know how that helps. I'm looking for the next step. I'm looking how this flows. Am I missing something about the grays that might be helpful? Huh. Maybe this 9 is helpful now? Yeah, okay, so this has to be the purple 1-6, because I'm certainly not doing a 1-6 pair down here. So this is our purple 1-6, and the green 1-6 is still down here. If the green were here, this would be 2, 3, 4. If the green is here, this would be 4, 5. It doesn't really affect this 3, 5 in a way that I can do anything about that. Is there any... Is there any reason I shouldn't do 2, 3, 4 is kind of my first question. It makes that a 5, and that's fine. It makes this 1-6. So if this was 1-6, it does affect our 7 clue. 7 has to be in 2, so this would be our purple 1-6. And then this would be some way to add to 7. 2, 5, or 3, 4 would be the options. I don't know. Seems okay. Am I missing something? Does that have to do with the forced difference here? So like the best we can do is consecutive digits on the line in terms of keeping this range tight. So these would have a difference of 3 then. So these have a difference of at least 3. So we can say that there's 1 low and 1 high. In order to have a difference of at least 3, we need 1 from 1, 2, 3, and 1 from 4, 5, 6. So this has a low high, this has a low high, this has a low high. I don't know how helpful that is. What about this between line? So this is just not 1-6, and this surrounds it. It's not really all that helpful. These are at least 2 away from each other, I guess. They're not consecutive. Ah, the purple 1-6 in this box is placed. Oh, okay. And that actually, that helps me here. This can't be the green 1-6, because if this was the green 1-6, remember, this would have to be the other 1-6, the purple 1-6, exactly 2 away in order to add to 7. And there's now a purple 1-6 here. In fact, I already knew the purple 1-6 was over here, so I should have had that filled. The green 1-6 over here is one of these two. I should mark that. So this cell here is gray because it can't be the green 1-6 or the purple 1-6. Now, that means this is, yeah, I proved that this is not the green. This is our green. Because we would need the purple here if this was the green. Okay. So the green 1-6 is... Okay, so then this can't be the purple 1-6 because that would put the green 1-6 here, and now it can't be. Okay. So this is our purple 1-6, and the rest of this row is gray. This is not purple. That doesn't matter. Can I do more with purple? Purple's one of these two. And one of these two. So what does this mean? Do I have to have a 1 or a 6? I don't think so. Like I could do 2, 5 here with 3, 4 here. That would be fine. I was wondering if I had to have a 1-6 on these. This does have a 1-6 on it, the green 1-6. So if I actually mark that, then now we see that this is gray. So the green 1-6 is one of these two. Oh, these are both gray because of the box, and that actually makes this a 5, which makes that the 1. Okay, so now we know that purple is 6 and green is 1. Oops, not 0, it's 1. So if I just do the correct corner marking here, ooh, why did I... Oh, this ended up 1 because of the between line, right? Not because it was green. So just for now, I'll mark that. That makes this the 3 and this the 5. Okay. This is 2 or 4. And now I don't... Now that they're called 1 and 6, do I still need my coloring? I think I can get away with removing the colors at this point. I think that makes things a little bit easier to scan. 2, 3, 4 here. These just aren't consecutive. So remember that these have to be 3 away. So this is a 1 with a 4 or 5. It can't have a 6. And so these are from 2, 3, 4, right? So we can't put the 1, right? The 1 doesn't go on here. And now we prove that isn't 1. So this is our 1. Right, we're down to these ones. How about 6s? 6 is one of these two. And 6 is one of these two. All right. 1, 2, 3. What can I do here? Maybe, oh, it's the 7, right? The 7 is exactly 2 away. So, sorry, the sandwich. So that's our 6. That's our 6. And so now this is either 2, 5 or 3, 4. I got to be a little bit careful about this difference. This can't be a 4. In fact, this is from 2 or 3 only. So it's either 2, 5, or 3, 4. Remember, 1 high, 1 low. So this is low. This is not a 1. It's 2 or 3. So we can't put a 3 here. And we can't put a 2 here because this can't be 1. So this is from 4, 5, and this is our 2. And that makes that 3, making this have to be 4, 5, which actually is resolved, 4 and 5. 2 and 4. That's our 4. These aren't 4. Down here we get the 4. All right. How many times can I say 4? Between 1 and 5, we can be all of 2, 3, 4. So no luck there. This is 2 or 3. So this, if this was 1, this could be 3. Oh, no, this is a 2. So we must have a 1 on this. And so that's our 1. And then this is a 3. Okay. That's 2. That's 5. That's 1. Get 4 and 5. So this could be 2 or 3. But that's 3 and that's 2. All right. That's 4. This digit is a 3. This digit is a 2. And then we get the 3 and we get the 5. All right. Neat puzzle, Calvinball. I liked how the 1/6s ended up resolved. Yeah, I'm not actually sure. Some kind of flurry happened there that was interesting. And then I think the follow-up I didn't do was when I placed this 1, I didn't notice that affected the 7 clue. But once we did that, it was smooth sailing. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.